Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here, and today for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over exactly the new update that is coming to the CN version here, and it actually brings in a decent bit of things here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video, and be sure to like and subscribe as well. But all right, taking a look at the Twitter side of things, which actually, let me pull my screen down just a wee bit there. But taking a look at the Twitter side of things here, we have the new version update, or at least patch notes, being 2.3.4 for CN. Now this is always going to release before, of course, TW and KR. This should be releasing later on today, if I'm right, or at least tomorrow, because it's just weird timing. So it should be tomorrow for the most part, right? In which they're going to get this, and then eventually we're going to get the update. So very interesting with this one here, and I'm very excited because we are going to have a lot of things coming. So of course, as usual, the 300 metaverse ambers, that's always going to be something that always happens here. But alongside of this here, we're also getting regular compensation with a code. So a new code is going to be coming out whenever, of course, that comes out on TW and KR. But for CN, new code is going to be dropping. Awesome as usual. But with this, we're actually going to be starting the at least Lookout 2 3.0. That is going to be the next actual update here, and it's going to be crazy insane. As usual, if you guys remember how we had the last update, the huge big update that was with Rico, this is going to be something similar, where we're going to have a giant update on 3.0. We have a 7-day login, which is giving us, of course, some 10 predetermined fates, which is always going to be nice here. But we also have a few things coming along with this. One of the few events is going to be the Trial of Thorns event rerun here, which is fairly interesting. You guys saw it last time. It was Ashura and the weird little ball chain looking thing. I can't remember its name, but that dude, it was pretty easy the last times we've done it. So hopefully this time they made it a little bit more difficult, but also a little bit more worth it. So maybe like keep the difficulty the same for at least the minimum stages, but the upper higher stages need to be a little bit more difficult. I remember a lot of people were complaining about that on the higher difficulty stages, they weren't too difficult. They were fairly kind of easy, and we kind of breezed through them, and it was just over in a split second. That game mode was gone. So hopefully they actually increased the difficulty on that a little bit. It is the trumpeter, so it's probably going to be a little bit annoying, but I also am at least interested to see what they might do for Ashura. So interesting with that one. I'll have a video for both of those guys out very soon here, so surely do keep your eyes on that. We're going to get some faded echoes from that as well. Then of course, the custom contract destiny thing comes. This is something that I was talking about. This is the custom banner, in which I'll be making a separate video on this just to talk about this specifically. But custom banner where we can now select from Phoebe, Marion, Rin, and Riddle, which is fairly interesting because instead of them doing how they did in the past, which was a Rin and Riddle banner separately, in which gave us a decent space time of at least like saving, they now have it as a customized thing. So if you needed Marion or Phoebe, you now can select them to be their own little banner pretty much, and it can be kind of like how those were, or we just select them to be their own little banner, and then cool, we get just chill with them and try to pull them as much as possible. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, please skip this banner. Please skip this banner. If you know what's good for you, you might want to skip this banner, unless you truly, and I mean like you can't live without Phoebe or Marion, right? Or either you're just pulling for just a collector standpoint, go ahead and pull. But if you can live without them, which people can, there are other options, please skip this banner. This banner is a bait for a lot of people. But anyways, new banner coming out. Of course, we have the rerun for Fox. This is the last time we are going to see Fox here. After this, literally after this, he will no longer be returned. He will no longer be here anymore. This is literally the last time we're going to be seeing Fox's rerun. I will be having an updated build guide for him, so surely do look out for that. Another thing I'm interested in, Heart Rail. Heart Rail is getting an expansion. We get a ton of Omamores, which I'm definitely going to be doing. Lost items, Dream Eaters, different track mechanics and stuff like this. This is all interesting. Apparently it's going to be higher difficulty, so I am very interested in that. Apparently we're getting more on our little bar of progress for dispatch levels, so I'm very interested in that as well. But I need to see if they made things easier and more worth it, because apparently the new mechanics are going to be implemented, and it was meant to make this a little bit more fun. So I hope that what they're saying here is a little bit true. If it isn't true, well then yeah, it's gonna be kind of a this annoying low process, but I'm gonna try to get it done as much as possible, as fast as possible, so you guys can understand, is it worth it or is it not? Then we have the bonus drop event, which is Potential Unleash. Now, Potential Unleash is just for like character ascensions. This is where you really don't want to do anything regarding, like, of course, upgrading any cards or something like this. This is where you need to get up your actual upgrade materials. So anyone who's lacking on weapon materials, anyone who's lacking on character ascension, you might want to get this up. I know for myself wise, I need to get skill upgrade materials, just a little bit of them, and mainly a ton of weapon upgrades to prepare for the next character that I do get, because currently I'm maxed out in everything else. I just need just skill upgrades to make sure I can get a person all the way to 8s immediately, and then immediately get up their weapons. Other than that, I'm pretty much good. So I'm going to try to make at least the most of that. And we also get 1 concentrated coffee every time, so that's always good. Next, city gameplay, new rhythm game mode, new songs are being added, which is interesting here. And then of course another cafe little event here, which is going to be happening in LeBlanc, so that's fairly interesting. New BP, of course, a bunch of different things and stuff like that, being at least a new cosmetic and things, so I'm very interested in that. And then of course the actual simulation trial, nothing too new there. Battle gameplay, rewards reset, which is Door of Nightmare in them, nothing too crazy. Be honest, we probably will see more about this later on, but by the looks of it, we have, of course, 1 based on Haru, and I think the others, can I see the others? I only think I see these ones here. Is this the physical damage? So yeah, it's gonna be fairly interesting. More debuffs, more damage taken, so who knows, it's probably gonna be something interesting here. But I know one of them, of course, is going to be for Haru, which is most likely going to be this one here. As for the other one, we might have to have one that is actually what's it called, meant for the man Mesa. So we're going to see exactly how that does go on, and I think that is absolutely everything. So I'm excited. There's a lot of things that are interesting here. I want to go more into depth, especially when it comes down to this banner here, because I feel like that's going to be fairly interesting for everybody. But all in all, that is everything. I might try to have a short and shrink this down so you guys know exactly what you're getting in the TLDR, but look forward to it anyways, and peace out, everybody.